satisfaction they couldn't get any other way.
All right. I should be audible now. Yes. Okay, so how does I wonder how this new cam looks. I'm looking over at the monitor that I can see myself on. It looks, I don't know. Still kind of grainy. It's still kind of grainy. Maybe it's the low light. However, we'll stay with it for now. So I got an Elgato face cam, and I found one on Amazon for a good deal. And even though, what was it they said, the Logitech was the best, and I still may try a Logitech, but these C922s are just really outdated. Wow, I'm getting lines going through on the OBS preview. Oh well. We shall see what happens. Let me get the dashboard up here. on my phone. Alright, so tonight I'm just going to do... It's going to be very, very relaxed. Kind of some random Python stuff. Actually, I think the music... I think I can bump it up just a little bit here. No, that's the wrong one. I'm going to bump it up just... No. There we go. Because I realized last time I could not even hear it. Alright, let's see here. What do I want to do tonight? Don't I have... let's see. Why does this... At any rate, it's odd. So, what to do tonight? Come on. Well, if my... There we go. Okay, so let's bring up Visual Studio Code here. And I was obviously messing with React Native, I think. Yeah, React Native. And I'm actually going to need to connect to... nope, connect to a new WSL instance here. Well, once it finds which ones are running, come on. There we go. Nope. What is this? There we go. So we connect. There's the one I want. That's the one I want. Yeah. All right. So let's see here. Let's just cd source and let's make a directory stream. What is today? The 9th. 5922 cd into stream 5922. I did 6 5922. Python 3 m vn and hang on, I know what to do. Hang on. Learn.microsoft.com. Let's go through this tonight. So I need to make better use of Microsoft Learn. So, let's see here. I want to see all of the... Actually, I can pull this over here. So we can see what we're looking at here. Where is the option? There it is. Because there's several Python learning paths here. And I want just the learning paths. Okay, so let's look at this one and this one. We could look at that. All right, let's take a look at let's take a look at Python for beginners. So 12 modules worth. Get started with Jupyter Notebook, Python Visual Studio. Excuse me. Write your first Python programs, lists, while, manage data functions, error handling. Let's go through this. Okay. Let's at least get it started. Okay, I'm going to set my timer so I don't go over 30 minutes without taking a break. And I can see on my stream deck here Bitcoin and Ethereum prices, which are not as they're not quite as depressing as they were earlier today. I actually watch Ethereum closer than I do Bitcoin, and Ethereum wasn't quite as disastrous. But okay, so let's go here. Okay, let's see what happens. So, using Jupyter Notebooks to run Python, build a spaceship manual that has interactive, runnable markdown and code elements. So, just need to... Right. Scenario crew member on ISS, create a Jupyter Notebook locally, run it in Python and Visual Studio Code, and describe some of the ways to build a notebook. And guess what? I need to move... let's see here. Codecam. There we go. Sorry. But anyway, so this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this Python for Beginners learning path inside of on Microsoft Learn. And we're at the introduction. So create Jupyter Notebook locally. Run a Jupyter Notebook by using Python in Visual Studio Code. And describe some of the ways to build a notebook. All right, set up your environment. I probably, yeah, so everything, so Python I have because Python I have, and actually I need to, here. I have to do a little bit more, but Python I have. So if I say Python 3, Python 397, pressing Control D to exit on Windows. If you're not running under WSL, you would press Control Z, I believe. Visual Studio Code, that's what this is right here. And the Visual Studio Code Jupyter extension, which I should have should have installed. Yes, Jupyter right there. So when you install the Python extension, it will go ahead and actually, yeah, it'll actually install Jupyter and it'll install PyLance as well. The language server, which offers various hints and stuff within the editor. All right, however, so I've got the extension that I need, and let's go back over here. Okay. So I've already got Python installed. I've got Visual Studio Code installed. I got Jupyter installed. Okay, create and run your notebook. So actually there's one more thing I need to do over here. So I need to select my interpreter. And I want the one that I created. So then now if I kill this. And to do this, by the way, closing the panel just simply hides this terminal. If you actually kill it, then the next time it'll start anew. Also, since I have Anaconda on here, I'm going to deactivate Anaconda actually by saying conda deactivate, just so that there's only one, and then I'll clear to make everything look nicer. All right, so create a notebook. So you can create it in the terminal or via the command palette, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go back to the command palette. I'm going to say Jupyter and create new Jupyter notebook. And this will create this IPYNB file. Now it looks like we're going to call it ship manual. So if I save this, I can call it ship manual. And Pylance couldn't create a connection to the server. Okay. I'm going to need to select this kernel here. And this is basically a runtime. Here's the one that I created. It's not showing me the one that I want. Oh, no, this is the one I want. Yeah, right here. Now, it's going to want to actually pip install ipykernel. needs to install this package. It'll actually do it automatically for you the first time you try to run a cell, but I like to do it ahead of time. Okay. So create a document element in Markdown. So one of the nice things about Jupyter Notebook is you can run both code and Markdown side by side. So you can kind of create like these interactive textbooks, if you will. So this one, what I'll do is I can actually, is there a, okay, yeah, change cell to Markdown. So right now this is a code cell. And I want to change it to a Markdown cell. So what notice it's active. So if I hit escape, that'll put me in command mode. And if I hit M, notice over here Python, it's going to go away. It's going to say that this is a Markdown cell. And what I want to do is say this pound, which will create a large header and ship's instruction manual. So pound ship's instruction manual. Now if I hit Shift Enter, it will render that it'll render that cell, and you can see it's a large header, and it'll also create a new cell down below, and notice that this cell says it is Markdown. All right, so we went through running IPy widgets. Okay, cool. It's going to use IPy widgets. Okay, so pip install. I actually have not used IPy widgets in a while, so this will be cool. And it'll go ahead and install it into this virtual environment that the notebook is using. Now I need to switch this cell back to a code cell. And the shortcut to do that is Y. So if I hit escape and hit Y, notice now it's a Python code cell. And now I can hit enter to actually edit the cell. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. So import. So I should be able to say import IPy widgets as widgets. Okay, ignition equals widgets.toggle button, and the toggle button is going to take a value which I'm guessing is either true or false. So this is more like a switch, I guess. Value equals false, not flash but false. Description, start engine. Button style, success. That's apparently a magic string. Button style equals success. I guess that's kind of like the bootstrap styles for success and danger and warning and such. Tooltip equals engage your engine. So that would be text, I'm assuming, that when you hover over the button, and there's an icon for it, which would be rocket. Okay. I'm actually going to pull up the IPy widgets documentation here. Is this really the Jazz channel? Lithuanian Zeppelins. Klezmer Capers. That's what I was thinking. I think this sounds like klezmer. Let's change to pop. Okay, let's listen to this instead. All right. All right, so that'll create something sort of like a switch, I'm imagining. And where's my extras? Okay. So output equals widgets output. Okay. So that's just another widget. Come on. Lost my window. There we go. So, output equals widgets dot output. Dang it. Okay. And now tell it to display, okay, to display the widgets. So display ignition output. It can't find display. Display is actually part of IPython. Hang on just a second. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so. Output widgets. Well, it says it can't be found by, it says not defined. Let me see here. If I say from IPython import display, but display is now that's a module. Dot display import display. There we go. That's probably what I want. Okay. Probably what I wanted. Okay, now there's a handler function down here. Okay, so def on value change. And that's gonna, okay, now this, what is that actually? This is I forget what that object looks like, but go ahead here, say with output if change new equals true. I think that, okay, well, I think what that means is it'll store the new value and the previous value. Need 2 equals there. Okay. Print engine started. And else print engine. Whoops. Print engine stopped. And then finally set ignition dot on, or just observe. Yeah, just observe on value change names, and this will be what we're observing. Value. Okay. And there we go. So it creates a I'm gonna close this. So it creates a button, a green button, because it's a success button, and if I hover over it, it'll give me the tooltip, and then there's my icon. And then if I click this button, engine started, engine stopped, engine started, engine stopped. Okay. Okay. All right, next exercise, use advanced commands to create a visualization. So let's go down here. Let's go down to the next. Let's change this to Markdown. Hit enter. And then oxygen levels. Display 10 minutes of oxygen levels in your ship. Display 10 minutes of oxygen levels in your, that's right, yeah it is, your ship. Okay. Now, let's see. Import NumPy. Okay, we don't have NumPy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my terminal back, say pip install NumPy. And I'm also going to need matplotlib pip install matplotlib. So much faster than it is if you're working on Windows. It really is. Okay, we'll get rid of that. Now I can say import NumPy. Hello. Oh, that's because it's a markdown cell. And guess what? Okay, so hit Y. Now we can import NumPy as in P and import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, standard aliases. Let's bring this back up. All right, data equals np.random default range 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so this it's a seed. Okay. Oxygen numbers equals data.integers and anywhere from 0. Okay, so let's see here. Is that say whether it's inclusive or exclusive? So high. Now the larger, if provided, one above the largest signed integer. So it'll be just between 0 and 9. Okay. So low equals 0, high equals, okay, I'm using my intelligence here, and then size. So this will get so this should get 10 numbers between 0 and 9 inclusive. Then plt.bar. Okay, so this is going to want some kind of iterable for the values along the x-axis, which will just be just a counter. This will generate numbers 0 through 9. So range len oxynums, and then the oxynums themselves. Okay. And then plt.show to actually display it. And there we go. There we go. It's not using 100. It's not creating 100. But if we use it to create 100, yeah, that's what would happen. So we won. That's why we got 10. That's another nice thing about Jupyter Notebook. I can edit the cell and go ahead and rerun it immediately to see the results. Okay, perform ship calculation. So we'll create another markdown. We'll say ship's velocity. Okay, show the seconds needed to get from 0 to 60 meters per second. Show the seconds needed to get from 0 to 60 meters per second, given the ship's acceleration meters. Given the ship's acceleration in meters per second. Okay. Shift enter for that. And then escape and Y and enter for a new Python code cell. All right, we're going to create a couple variables here. End velocity equals 0. What is it going to be? Probably start velocity. Start. That's actually going to be 60. Because we're going to 60 and we are starting from 0. And acceleration 9.8 meters per second squared. Okay, so acceleration equals 9.8. And now, so time, it's just time elapsed divided by time elapsed divided by velocity. That formula right there. This formula right here. Time equals the difference in the velocities divided by acceleration. Okay. So time equals in velocity minus start velocity divided by acceleration. And then simply print, and I like to use F strings, time to reach desired velocity, time to reach desired velocity equals, and then I can, inside of curly braces, just place time. Okay? So 6.12 seconds. All right. About 8 minutes until I'm going to take a break. All right, and that's all it's done there with the Jupyter Notebook. So what file extension does the Jupyter Notebook have? It's IPYNB. Which of the following answers include types of elements in an interactive notebook? Both of the above. Which of the following content blocks Markdown? Okay. So for the next one, okay, module, okay, getting started with Python in Visual Studio. Okay. So that one second here. Okay. I kind of want to play with iPy widgets more. Let's do that. This is just for I'm really just kind of being very, very casual tonight. So let's create another output widget. Let's get some of this is from the documentation. So output, and then there's a layout. And it looks something more like, kind of like style sheets. 1 pixel. And I don't know if this is good. No, because it puts it on a white background. Okay. And then just showing that out. Okay. And okay. So I see what without kind of sounds, like it's saying without instead of just rather using out. For I in range 10 print. Actually, we can do this. Hello world. And doing this will now notice that the output widget is shown in this cell, but this code here executed below. Normally we would expect to see the output from this cell below the cell, but instead, since we're referencing the output up here, anything we do on that output is actually rendered in the cell above. Let's see here. You could also, from ipython.display, import YouTube video, and then just say without display a YouTube video, and they've got one here. I have no idea what this is. This is very risky, but put it here. And there we go. It says your browser can't play this video. Well, wonder why. All right. Another thing you could do is display a slider. .int slider. And here it gives me the sets it up with the counter to show the value. The default value is between 0 and 100 inclusive. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the widget list. Oh, we got lots of widgets here we can play with. Widget events. Let's try something else. I'm actually going to try something else real quick. Let's try something else in Python. Now, I am not sure how this is going to work, but okay, so I'm gonna try something else here. Aha! Exactly what I was hoping for. Now this is really, really tiny, I know. But that means we can actually run tk-enter inside of WSO. So we can actually do some more fun stuff. Okay, let's do something kind of well, actually probably gonna have to do it here in a minute, but let's see how much hello world we can get. So touch tk hello world .py and then tk hello world.py. Okay, so import tk-enter as tk and then create a root window, which is tk.tk. Label equals tk, sorry. Label equals tk dot label in the root, and text equals hello world. And then finally, this is label.pack root.main loop. Go back down here. Now we can say Python. It's going to be tk hello world. Now this is possible because with WSL you can actually run GUI applications now. Oh, here it is. Oh, and it's incredibly tiny. The text is incredibly tiny, but you can see it does say there, "Hello World." Okay, that little alert that you just heard means that it's time for me to take a break. So I'm going to set my timer for 5 minutes, and I will be right back. All right. Got my, appropriately enough, Pie Tennessee mug here. I'm going to get one of these. I'm not going to say the brand because I don't want people to think I'm try to get sponsored. Well, I mean, if they wanted to sponsor me, I'd be okay with it. But I'm still not going to say the name. I don't want to get in trouble. But however, it's one that has electrolytes, supposed to be more hydrating. I'm going to try something else here. Because TK Ender can get kind of can be very transparent, I guess is maybe the word I'm looking for. Okay. All right, let's see here. Oh, that was just about right. Okay, start a timer for another 30 minutes. I'll go over here. I want to look for PyQt. So PyQt, PyQt is up to version 6. Okay, so we should just have to to install this. So let's see here. We should only have to pip install PyQt 6. See how long that takes. Okay. Now if you pull up Python 3 and say import PyQt 6, we get nothing, which is good. And we have a module. Okay. Let's see here. So create. Okay. So I will just create an empty window. And to do that, we'll say touch basic window .py, and then we will open basic window .py, and from here import sys to bring in arguments from the command line, and as well sys and from pyqt6.qt widgets import q application and q widget. Alright, class empty window, and that's going to derive from q widget, and then create the initializer, call the superclass, or the base class, the superclass, yeah. And then also use this, so self.initialize UI, which looks like it's going to be something that we're going to define. So def initialize UI, and pass it self. So then self.set geometry is going to be the size of the window, I guess. Okay, now it's going to be, oh no, it's just going to be XY width height. Okay, so it'll be start at 200x 100y, and it'll be 400 by 300 pixels. And then self.set window title, empty window in PyQt, and then self.show. Now start with the main loop. If name, or dunder name rather, equals main. Okay, so we're going to start a new Q application that takes arguments from the command line. Create a new instance of window. And oh, I see. Okay, and then exit app exec. At any rate, this should, if we do a Python, just do I should be able to do Python basic window. Alright, see what happens here. That was quick that time. There's the window. There's something interesting, though, is it doesn't scale up. See, if I were to take this tab here, hold it. Oh, did I made a big boo-boo. Did I make a big boo-boo? No, I didn't. I thought I messed up. There was a network error. Okay. That was interesting. It's not scaling this window based on which monitor it's on, because I have this monitor here set to be much bigger than the other two, so it would show up well on stream. Okay, this is really cool that WSL is letting me. It's really cool that WSL now lets us run GUI applications. What else? I mean, there are other UI libraries that you could use. I wonder if you can... Let me see here. I'm gonna search for something real quick. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. What else could we... What other kinds of trouble could I cause tonight with PyQt? In the next 21 minutes and 59 seconds. So there is a push button. Okay, so there's a push button widget. So we do something like main window here. Change this to main window. Not going to be a whole heck of a lot more set up here, but so just say Q push button example. Now this one is saying self setup main window, which is okay. It's going to be another method we define on this class. Okay, and in here, okay, so from the widgets we have to get more widgets, so it has to get the Q label and Q push button. And the Q push button. And then from PyQt 6.qt core import Qt. Okay. No, not Qt message type, just Qt. Okay, so let's write this method. Okay, so set up main window. And that, of course, will take self. Alright, self.times pressed equals 0. Self.name label. Okay, equals Q label. Don't push the button. Self.name label. Dot alignment. I love the IntelliSense. It's really good here with actually set alignment, sorry. So qt dot alignment flag align center. Okay. Self.namelabel.move. Okay, so that's an absolute position, and I think that's an absolute position and not relative to the current position. Self.button equals Q push button. Push me. It belongs to this main window. And then self.button.move. Okay. Which okay. Now there's one more method that we're going to need. Actually, hang on. I've got to set up. I've got to associate the button click event with a handler. So self.button.clicked.connect. And that's going to be a function called, or a method called self.buttonClicked. And now I need to write that method. And that button, and this is only going to say, okay, so self.times pressed plus equals 1. And if self.times pressed equals 1, self.name label dot set text why'd you press me? And if self.times pressed is equal to 2, then self.name label dot set text. And then okay, then we can change the text of the button at this time. So self.button dot set text. Adjust size. Okay, I guess what this will do is this will automatically resize it to fit the text because we're changing the text. And then self.button to move 70/70. Okay, and then if self.times pressed is equal to 3, print the window has been closed, and then we will actually close the window itself. Thus, I would assume ending the application. Okay, let's run it and see if that's everything. Empty window is not defined. That's because we changed the name to main window. Okay. Here is the example. And push it once. And it says, why'd you press me? Push it again. What did I do? Ah, I messed up. That should be 3. I wonder if I can run it from here. Yes, I can. Now, I wonder if I could debug it from there. That would really be interesting. So, push the button. Why'd you push me? I'm warning you. Feeling lucky. And then the 3rd time, it goes away. All right. Trying to think of a project other than just there's also queue line edit. So I'm going to actually just create this down below. So if we're at 70Y and we want to go another 40, it would be 110. Now hang on. This now it's doing it differently. I'm wondering how much of this is... No. So in other words, you don't have to assign them to self. Why would you want to... I guess only if you want to refer to them somewhere else. So I can actually create a new queue label. Associate it with self. Oh, and then immediately move it. So let's go ahead and run this and see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. And then create another queue label. Name. Self. And then name label. Dot move to what would be 2150, I believe. Okay. Okay, then self dot name edit equals queue line edit, which I need to import up here. Where did it go? Queue line edit. So more room. It's another. Okay, and that's going to be associated with self, and then self dot name edit dot resize 210 by 20, and then move it to 7150 and self name edit self.move to no. Yeah, no, yeah. 70, 150. Okay. Let's see it in action here. Okay. And then we can keep on going here. Clear button. I'm still trying to figure out why name edit needs to be attached. There's a reason why. So clear button equals Q push button. Title of clear, attach it to self. Clear button dot move. Okay, so this one 140 190 believe is how this would work. Okay, before we hook the button, let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, looks fine. Looks fine. Clear right there. Okay. Now the clear button dot clicked dot connect and self dot clear text, which does not exist. Excuse me. So we will go down here and say def what was it? Clear text. Okay, and all that's going to do. Oh, okay, because we need to access this somewhere. Okay, since we need to access the name edit somewhere else. Okay, so self dot name edit dot clear. Okay. So actually now we can test that. Name Python application. Hit clear and it goes away. All right. Then there's also an accept button. And that's going to be a Q push button as opposed to the toggle button. No, the toggle button was for my pipe widgets. Okay. And then accept button, not access. Accept button dot move. This to 210 190, I believe, is what I want. No, 210 190. Yeah, I believe that's right. And then accept button dot click dot connect self dot accept text, which I'm going to have to write, and then def accept hello and sub and then hello print self dot name edit dot text and self dot close. Run it. Okay. And if we say Python Qt and say OK, then it prints it out. Okay. And I'm assuming that we could... Let's try something else instead. Self.name edit dot set text to f-string hello self dot name edit dot text. See if that works. Python Qt. Yeah, okay, so we can access that as well. Okay. Okay. I'm going to start to wind down here. A couple of things I do want to mention. So papercall.io / tdevconf22. This is an event that I run, or that I help run. Our call for speakers. 2 people already attending. That opened. Well, actually, it opened yesterday because it's now 12:02 here. But it'll be open for 4 weeks. That goes through, what is it? Let me see here. So 4 weeks will be 1, 2, 3. So looks like June the 6th is the final date. I'm gonna check real quick. I'm not gonna show this part on stream, but I want to see how many submissions we've got. Depending on how many we have or don't have, I might not. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, still hasn't changed. But we did. Listen, still live from last year. Any rate, be sure to check that out. Also, if you go to another conference that I help out with, come on. Here we go. Scenic City Summit. This one, so TDevConf is going to be on Friday, September 30th. It's going to be virtual. Whoops. It's going to be virtual. If you go to @TDevConf on Twitter, you can find out more. Scenic City Summit. This is another one-day conference that I help run. Why is it that I only help run one-day conferences? Well, this one hopefully someday will be 2 days, and actually, hopefully, TDevConf will be in person one day. We started it in 2020. Let's see here. The CFP. The CFP has been extended. Here we go. And has been extended. It closes May 15th, which is in 5 days, which is Sunday, it looks like. So it looks like there's a couple more days that you can still get in on this. And like I said, this is going to be on, if you've never, never been to the Chattanooga Convention Center. At any rate. Chattanooga, here we go. If you've never been to downtown Chattanooga, it's really awesome. And the convention center is, hang on. The convention center's down the south. Where is it? There it is. There's the convention center. We usually stay at this Staybridge Suites right here, which is right across the way. You can also stay at the Marriott. I've stayed at that hotel as well in the past, which is connected directly to the convention center. All kinds of great places down in downtown Chattanooga. So you can stay over here at the Chattanooga Choo Choo, although I don't recommend it. Where'd the Choo Choo go? Urban Stack fantastic restaurant. Oh, there's the Choo Choo. 3-star hotel. Given the experience that I had there, I'd say that's rather generous. But all these train cars over here that they've actually converted them into rooms. So people actually, and you pay a premium for that. And I had some friends who were staying in one, and I saw the inside of it, and I can tell you, not impressed. And then these, I think, are the, I think that's, is that more of the hotel over there? I don't know. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the pool is way over here for the hotel, I guess. Or it may not have a pool. I don't know. I think it does. However, and then all the good part, and then the another. Let's see here if I can turn this correct direction. The Tennessee Aquarium. This is a fantastic place. Also, lots of there's a shuttle that runs around, a free shuttle that runs around all through downtown, so you can get around easy. All right, but I'm going to stop the stream here. So be sure to check out TDEVConf and Scenic City Summit. All right, I'm going to stop the stream here, and I will return again. This is just, I wanted to get that new webcam up and running, and also I wanted to just keep in the habit of streaming several times a week. I'm going to do that for the rest of the month, and then we'll see what happens. All right, thanks for dropping by, whoever may be watching this now or in the future, and I'll see you later.